Good morning, YouTube. Well, I got a tip from my friend at Higgity Time Finds that there is a neighborhood garage sale nearby, so I'm gonna go check that out. I'm a little late to the starting of things, about 2 hours late to the start of it, so all the good deals are probably gone, but I'm still gonna go check it out, see what else is left over. Well, sure enough, I know I'm late to the garage sales because Higgity Time already hit them up and he told me that he got himself a score of Skylanders. So who knows what else he cleaned this place out of. He does that. He did that at the last garage sale, the last neighborhood garage sale that I told you about. He watched my video and he goes, "Oh man, you needed to get there earlier." And he told me about all these video games he got and all this other stuff. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, unfortunately today I slept in due to my late show last night. And I'm just now able to get there. So it'll be about 2.5 hours after they open. First stop didn't have much, but they had 2 DVDs for free. They had this Scooby-Doo DVD and Along Came Polly. So I went in and picked those up. As if I need to buy any more DVDs, I got a Walk the Line Romeo and Juliet sealed double feature. I got Reba, the complete 4th season for 50 cents. I got Waterboy on Blu-ray and Young Guns on Blu-ray. I also picked up this copy of Purple Hearts by Tess Wakefield and this book of Outer Banks. They're both Netflix shows, it looks like, so I thought maybe those would be some kind of popular item that people might want to pick up. All right, the next place I went had a whole lot of toys, but they wanted too much for them. They had some vintage Ninja Turtles, but they were kind of damaged, and they wanted 15 for the bag. I offered 10. She came back with 12. I just wasn't interested. I wanted a 10. But I did pick up this bag of vintage Super Bowl pins. It's probably about 7 different pins in here of different Super Bowl winning teams. I think this will be great eBay fodder. Probably can put them up for $5 a piece. I got it for $5 for the bag, so I think that's a win. I'm addicted, guys. I can't stop. I picked up Sherlock Holmes on Blu-ray and Terminator sealed on DVD for $1 a piece. You know how many DVDs and Blu-ray I have. Why do I need to buy more? But I also picked up this Fast and the Furious Funko board game. It's completely sealed, so I feel confident that it is all in there. So that's a pretty cool find for $3. I'll take it. Okay, next pickup, I got this cassette tape of Disney Presents Children's Favorites. I'm not really sure. Let's see, we got Oh Susanna, Billy Boy, The Green Grass Grew All Around, Home on the Range, stuff like that. And then I got a novelization of the Batman movie, the Lego Batman movie. And this big old hardback of Friendship Adventures, DreamWorks Storytellers Collection. So a bunch of DreamWorks different stories from, like, it's very colorful. There's a lot of different imagery in there. So I thought that was a good pickup for $1. There was a video game at one of the garage sales for $2. It was a sports title. I think it was Madden 18. But I was not interested because the disc looked a little too dirty in a way that I don't think I can fix it. So I wasn't willing to take the chance on it. Probably should have offered them $1 for it, but whatever, we'll move on. Okay, got a stack of cassette tapes. I got Top Gun. Let's see, we'll do this better for you. I got Top Gun. I got Willie Nelson. I got a LeAnn Rimes and a Garth Brooks. I also picked up season 1 of Reba. So I got season 1 and season 4. Look at that. So I went back to that garage sale that had the Madden and I picked it up for $1. I figured, why not? It's somewhat cleanable. And so if I can clean it and I can get it sold for $3 to $5, then that's a profit, right? But I think I have hit this neighborhood garage sale pretty hard. The neighborhood's not super big, and I think I hit every single sale that's going on. And it's time for me to head on home. See what the mess I put myself in. You know, I don't remember how much I paid for like everything here, so that's gonna be an inventory nightmare. So despite the fact that I didn't get out there early, I still feel like I got a pretty good haul. I mean, all in all, I spent maybe 25 bucks, I would say, estimation wise, and easily this will turn into 100. You know, not a crazy number, but 75 extra bucks, that's not bad. And yeah, so I'm glad I came out. I'm glad I hit it this morning instead of not, because I was just gonna not do it because how late I'd slept in, and I just felt like, oh, I missed all the deals. But there's still stuff to be had. I mean, especially when you go a little later and stuff has been picked through and items have been left on a table for, you know, 2-3 hours, and that person kind of just wants that thing to move. Maybe the first people who came through made them offers and they were like, no. But whenever I came through later in the day and made an offer, maybe even the same offer that they were offered earlier, they accepted because it just made the item move. Like this Xbox One game, I'm sure that there might have been somebody else who offered them a cheaper price, or, you know, just completely ignored it all day long because of the condition of the disc. It's not terrible, it just needs some cleaning. It just needs clean. And I couldn't rub it off with my shirt. That's why I was a little bit on the fence. But I think if I hit some alcohol to it and really give it a good wash, it'll be a nice working game. So we are home, and I went ahead and started doing a little bit of my pricing. I priced this Fast and the Furious game at about 10 bucks. Not about 10 bucks, at 10 bucks. It's not some random, just ambiguous number. It is $10, and it will be $10 in my booth. And then I'm going to go ahead and put these on eBay because I feel like they'll sell better on eBay. And I'm so cheap into them that I'm not really concerned if there's an issue, like a lot of my concerns with eBay are. But we are going to try to break out of our shell and make some sales. So we have already listed these 2. I still have to list these 5. But for $5 for getting all of these, they're worth anywhere between $10 to $20, depending on which one they are or how, you know, popular the team is or was or whatever. They're all in pretty good condition. The only one that's kind of wonky is this one for the Kansas City Chiefs. It's off to the side, and I don't know if I can fix that. So you see, like, that's up, and then when I turn it around, it's just kind of off to the side a little bit. So I don't know if that's like a cool way to wear it, you know, kind of crooked like that. I mean, that looks fine, but I don't know if I can fix that or anything. This one has a little bit of, looks like denting in it. It's not perfect, but overall, man, they're pretty good for vintage buttons. And I haven't really done anything in the button realm, so this is my first outing. But it seemed like a good buy at $5. And this one came with it too. Update on the new labels and how they're holding up. They seem to be holding up good. I mean, like I said, they do kind of peel from the corners because the Blu-ray discs are a little more thin than the DVDs, but they are staying tight regardless of that fact. So I think I'll go ahead and take these to the booth probably tomorrow and let them start going to other people's homes. Okay, I have all of these ones listed on eBay, and we'll see how they go. I think I'm going to not list this one on eBay because it's kind of coming apart, and I just don't want that to end up being an issue. So I'll tag this and put this in the booth, and that'll go. It'll be real cheap. But these ones, I have them set at 15 a piece, so we'll see where that's at. And with the buyer paying shipping, so we're also testing that. If that doesn't work, then I'll pay the shipping and make 10 bucks a piece on these. Okie dokie. I also got those cassette tapes priced. I'm thinking $5. I was looking at eBay and everything was coming up about 5 or more on cassette tapes. So I'm gonna hit $5 on my cassette tapes and see how those do. Well, I did it again. I forgot to do an outro last night. I ended up spending the rest of the day watching movies. I watched The Wedding Planner, I watched Three Kings, and The Chronicles of Riddick Pitch Black. I thought, The Wedding Planner had its moments. It definitely holds its place in time, in the time that it was made. I'm not sure a lot of the jokes that were used, a lot of the dialogue that was used necessarily would get made today. However, the concept might still get made today. In this day and age with social media, who knows how much somebody would know right off the bat, who somebody's fiance was, and how easily that would be to just check up and say, oh yeah, that's totally, he's totally married, or he's totally getting married. Or if you even do that, I know I hear of this, you meet somebody and then you immediately check them up on social media to kind of see what they're really like and see what they're out there, what they're really like. But Three Kings, I've seen it before a long time ago, but David O. Russell, a nice kind of biting satire-ish, if you will, of the war in the Middle East, not the 9/11 one, but the one in the 90s. Desert Storm, I think. God, I'm going to get roasted for that. 1991 is when this was happening. But, fun performances from George Clooney, from Ice Cube, and old Mark Wahlberg. And then Pitch Black, it's a great older sci-fi. It has, you can tell that it was an independent kind of production. Just from, the level of effects and all that kind of stuff. It had a smaller budget, but it obviously expanded into a trilogy, which I do plan on watching the next two. But besides all that, that was the end of the day. No more thrifting or anything for the rest of that day. Now we're going to move on to a new day. I got some mowing to do. I'm going to check on the booth. And you got that to look forward to in tomorrow's video. Bye.